The big room was quiet. Aliens from all over the galaxy sat around a huge table. They were having a meeting of the Galactic Council. Some aliens had blue skin, others had tentacles, and a few even glowed in the dark. They all looked different, but they were here for the same reason, to talk about space stuff. At the head of the table sat Ja. He was tall and thin, with 4 arms and eyes that changed color. Jay was good at making people get along. That's why he was in charge of the meeting. "Friends," Jay said in a calm voice, "let's talk about the new space station near." Suddenly, a loud beep filled the room. Everyone jumped. A big screen on the wall turned on by itself. It showed a picture of space with lots of stars. But there was something new there, something big. "What is that?" asked a small furry alien named Ta. A robot voice answered. "Unknown object detected. Size, very large. Speed, very fast." The room got noisy. Aliens started talking all at once. Some sounded scared, others angry. Jai stood up and waved his 4 arms. "Please, everyone," he said. "Let's not panic. We need more information." But the aliens didn't calm down. A big, rocky-looking alien named Quan stood up. His voice was like thunder. "It's them," Quan shouted. "It's the humans." The room got even louder. Jay heard words like dangerous and warlike all around him. He knew about humans. Everyone did. They were the new species that no one had seen yet. People said humans were smart and tough. Some even said they were scary. Ja looked at the screen again. The thing in space was getting bigger. Now he could see it better. It looked like a giant metal fish with guns all over it. Ja had never seen anything like it before. "It's a warship," said a quiet voice. It was Min, the alien in charge of watching space. A very big, very strong warship. Jay felt worried. A warship? Why would humans send a warship? Did they want to fight? "We must protect ourselves," Quan yelled. Other aliens agreed with him. But Jay didn't think fighting was a good idea. He raised all 4 of his arms again. "Wait," he said. "We don't know why they're here. We should talk to them first." Some aliens nodded, but others looked scared. Jay understood why. The human ship was huge. It could probably beat all their ships in a fight. Just then, the big screen changed. Now it showed a face. It was a human face. The human had 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Its skin was light brown, and it had black fur on top of its head. The human spoke. Its voice was deep but not scary. "Greetings, Galactic Council," the human said. "I am Captain Sung of the Earth ship Earth and Fury. We come in peace." The room got very quiet. No one knew what to say. Ja looked at the human face. It didn't look mean or angry. Maybe the humans really did come in peace. Jay stepped forward. He knew this was a big moment. What he said next could start a war or make a new friend for the galaxy. "Welcome, Captain Sung," Jay said. He tried to sound brave and friendly. "I am Counselor Ja. We are surprised to see you." Captain Sung nodded. "We understand. We've been looking forward to this moment for a long time. Humanity is ready to join the galactic community." Jay heard some aliens gasp. Join the community. That was a big deal. Jay knew he had to be careful. "Captain Sung," Jay said, "your ship is very impressive. Why did you bring such a big warship?" Sung smiled. It was a nice smile, Jay thought. "The Earth and Fury is our best ship," Sung said. "We wanted to show you our best. But don't worry. Our guns are not ready to fire. We really do come in peace." Jay felt better hearing that. But he knew not everyone would believe the human. He turned to the other aliens. "Friends," Jay said, "this is a big day for all of us. Let's welcome Captain Sung and hear what the humans have to say." Some aliens nodded. Others still looked worried. But no one shouted or got angry. Jay thought that was a good start. As Jay prepared to talk more with Captain Sung, He couldn't help but feel excited. Humans were finally here. What would happen next? Would they be friends or enemies? Jay didn't know, but he was ready to find out. The big room was still quiet. All the aliens were looking at the screen. Captain Sung's face was there, waiting. Jay knew he had to do something. Captain Sung, Jay said, we need some time to talk. Can we call you back soon? Sung nodded. Of course, we'll wait for your call. The screen went dark. Right away, the room got noisy again. Everyone started talking at once. We can't trust them, shouted Quan, the big rocky alien. Humans are dangerous. But they said they come in peace, said Ta, the small furry one. Maybe we should listen. Jay waved his arms for quiet. Friends, please, we need to think carefully. An alien with long tentacles for arms spoke up. Her name was Suk, and she was very smart. The humans have surprised us. Suk said, they shouldn't be here. They're too new, too young. How did they get so far so fast? Many aliens nodded. They all knew humans were a new species. Most new species took a long time to reach the stars. But humans had done it quickly. Maybe they stole the technology, someone said. Or maybe they're just really smart, said another. Jay listened to everyone. He knew this was a big decision. Should they talk to the humans, or should they tell them to go away? Just then, a new alien walked in. He was tall and strong, with shiny scales instead of skin. His name was Da, and he was in charge of the galaxy's armies. We should attack now, Daz said in a loud voice, while we have the chance. Some aliens cheered, but Jay didn't like that idea. No, Jay said. We don't attack people who come in peace. That's not who we are. Dad looked angry. But what if they're lying? What if they attack us first? Jay thought for a moment. Then he had an idea. Let's test them, he said. We'll talk to them, ask them questions, see what they're really like. The room got quiet again. Aliens looked at each other. Slowly, they started to nod. Okay, said Suk. But what should we ask them? Jay smiled. Let's find out why they're here, what they want, and most importantly, if we can trust them. Everyone agreed. Even Da, though he still looked unhappy. Jay turned to Min, who was good with computers. Can you call the human ship back? Min nodded and pushed some buttons. The big screen lit up again. Captain Sung's face appeared. Thank you for waiting, Jay said. We're ready to talk now. Sung smiled. Excellent. What would you like to know? Jay took a deep breath. This was it. The first real talk with a human. First, Jay said, why are you here? Sung's smile got bigger. We're here to say hello, to join the galactic community. We've been watching the stars for a long time. Now we can finally reach them. But why bring a warship? Dai asked in a loud voice. Sung looked surprised. The Earthen Fury isn't just a warship. It's our best ship. It can fight, yes, but it can also explore, do science, and carry many people. We brought our best to show respect. Jay thought that made sense, but he had more questions. How did you find us? Jai asked. And how did you build such a big ship so fast? Sung laughed. It was a friendly laugh. We've been busy. For a long time, we could only watch the stars. We saw your ships, your stations. We learned and built. When we finally figured out fast space travel, we were ready. The aliens all looked at each other. Humans had been watching them. For how long? Don't worry, Sung said quickly. We come as friends. We want to learn from you, trade with you. We think we have a lot to offer the galaxy. Jay could see some aliens starting to relax, but others still looked worried. What do you want from us? Suk asked. Knowledge. Sung said. Friendship, a place in the galaxy. We're explorers at heart. We want to see new worlds, meet new people. Like you. Jay liked how Sung talked. The humans seemed honest and friendly, but Jay knew they had to be careful. Captain Sung, Jay said, thank you for answering our questions. We need to talk more among ourselves. But I think this is a good start. Sung nodded. I understand. Take all the time you need. We'll be here when you're ready. The screen went dark again. The room was quiet for a moment. Then everyone started talking at once. Jay looked around. Some aliens looked excited. Others still seemed scared. Dad was in the corner, looking angry. Jay knew they had a lot more to discuss, but he felt hopeful. Maybe, just maybe, humans would be good friends for the galaxy. As the aliens argued, Jay wondered what would happen next. Would they welcome the humans, or would fear win? Only time would tell. After talking to Captain Sung, the Galactic Council needed to decide what to do. Jay called for a break. All the aliens left the big room to think and talk in small groups. Jay went to a quiet corner. He wanted to think alone. The humans seemed nice, but were they really? He wasn't sure. Soon, it was time to meet again. All the aliens came back to the big room. Jay stood up to speak. Friends, he said, we have a big choice to make. Should we welcome the humans, or should we tell them to go away? The room was quiet for a moment. Then Suk, the smart alien with tentacles, spoke up. I think we should learn more about them, she said. Humans seem interesting. They might have good ideas to share. Some aliens nodded. They liked this idea, but not everyone agreed. Quan, the big rocky alien, stood up. No, he said in his loud voice. Humans are too different. Too new. They might hurt us. More aliens started talking. Some agreed with Suk. Others agreed with Quan. It got very noisy. Jad waved his arms for quiet. Please, he said, let's talk one at a time. Just then, Dai walked to the front of the room. Dai was the army leader, the one who wanted to attack the humans earlier. Listen to me, Dai said. His voice was sharp. Humans are dangerous. They built a big ship very fast. They watched us for years. What if they want to take over? Many aliens looked worried when they heard this. Jay could see fear in their eyes. But Captain Sung said they come in peace. Ta, the small furry alien, said, shouldn't we believe them? Dad laughed, but it wasn't a nice laugh. Words are easy to say, he said. Actions are what matter. And their action was to bring a warship to our door. The room got noisy again. Aliens argued back and forth. Some thought humans were scary. Others thought humans could be friends. Jay listened to everyone. He knew both sides had good points. Humans were new and strong. That could be scary. But they also seemed friendly and smart. That could be good. After a while, Jay raised all four of his arms. Everyone got quiet. I have an idea, Jay said. Let's invite Captain Sung here, to this room. We can meet humans face to face. The room was very quiet. Meet humans in person. That was a big step. Are you crazy? Dai shouted. They could attack us. But Suk nodded slowly. No, I think it's a good idea. We can learn a lot by meeting them. Other aliens started to agree. Meeting humans could help them decide if they were really friendly. We'll be careful, Jay said. We'll have guards, and we'll ask the humans to leave their weapons behind. Slowly, more and more aliens nodded. Even Quan, who was scared before, seemed okay with the idea. But Day was still angry. This is a mistake, he said. You'll be sorry. Jay looked at Da. He knew the army leader was just trying to protect everyone. But Jay thought there might be a better way. Da, Jay said softly. I understand you're worried. But think about it. If humans wanted to attack, they could have done it already. Their ship is very strong. But they didn't attack. They asked to talk. Isn't that a good sign? Day didn't say anything. He just crossed his arms and looked away. Jay turned back to the others. Okay, he said. Let's vote. Who wants to invite Captain Sung here? Many aliens raised their hands or tentacles. More than half. It's decided then, Jay said, "We'll invite the humans here." As aliens started talking excitedly, Jay went to call the human ship. He felt nervous but also excited. Soon, they would meet humans face to face. But as he walked, Jay saw Dad leave the room. The army leader looked very unhappy. Jay wondered if Dad might cause trouble later. For now, though, Jay had work to do. It was time to get ready for the biggest meeting in galactic history. While the aliens talked, things were busy on the big human ship, Earth and Fury. Captain Sung walked down a long hallway. He was thinking about the aliens he just talked to. Sung went into a room full of screens and buttons. It was the ship's control room. Lots of people were working there. A woman with short black hair walked up to Sung. Her name was Yuna. She was the second in charge of the ship. "How did it go, Captain?" Yuna asked. Sung smiled a little. It was interesting. The aliens seemed surprised to see us. Yuna nodded. "I bet they were. We did come out of nowhere with our big ship." Sung sat down in a big chair. He looked at all the screens around him. They showed pictures of space and the alien ships nearby. "The aliens are talking now," Sung said. "They're trying to decide if we're friendly or not." Yuna looked worried. "Do you think they'll let us stay?" Sung thought for a moment. "I hope so. But it won't be easy. Some of them seem scared of us." Just then, a young man called out, "Captain, we're getting a message from the aliens." Sung stood up quickly. "Put it on the big screen, Jin." Jin pushed some buttons. A big screen lit up. Jay's face appeared. "Greetings, Captain Sung," Jay said. "We have decided to invite you to our council room. We would like to meet face to face." Sung smiled wide. This was good news. "Thank you, Counselor Jay. We'd be honored to meet you all." After they finished talking, the screen went dark. The room was quiet for a moment. Then Yuna spoke up. "This is a big deal, Captain. Meeting aliens in person. It's what we've worked for all these years." Sung nodded. He remembered how hard it was to get here. In his mind, he saw pictures from the past. He remembered when humans first learned they weren't alone in space. It was exciting, but also scary. He thought about all the years humans spent watching the stars. They saw alien ships moving around. They learned about alien tech by looking at it from far away. Sung remembered how everyone on Earth worked together to build big telescopes and faster spaceships. They wanted to reach the stars so badly. The hardest part was figuring out how to go really fast in space. Sung thought about all the scientists who worked day and night to solve that problem. Then, finally, success. Humans built an engine that could go faster than light. The Earth and Fury was the first ship to have this new engine. Sung came back to the present. He looked at his crew. They all looked excited and a little scared. "Okay, everyone," Sung said in a strong voice. "This is our big moment. We need to show the aliens that humans are friendly and smart." Yuna raised her hand. "Captain, what if the aliens are still scared of us? What if they tell us to leave?" Sung thought for a moment. "Then we'll leave. We won't force our way in. But I believe we can make friends with them. We just need to show them who we really are." The crew nodded. They trusted their captain. "Jin." Sung said, "Get our shuttle ready. Yuna, you're coming with me to meet the aliens." As everyone got busy, Sung went to his room to get ready. He looked in a mirror and straightened his uniform. "This is it," he said to himself. "The moment humans join the galaxy." He felt excited, but also a little scared. What would the aliens be like up close? Would they become friends? Or would something go wrong? Sung took a deep breath. He knew that everything he did would be important. He had to be brave, smart, and kind. The future of humanity depended on it. As he left his room, Sung felt ready. Whatever happened next, he would do his best to make Earth proud. The big room where the Galactic Council met was very busy. Aliens were getting ready for the humans to arrive. Some looked excited, others nervous. Jay was checking everything one last time. He wanted the meeting to go well, but he felt worried. Something didn't feel right. Just then, Sook came up to Ja. She looked upset. Ja, she said quietly, I can't find Dai anywhere. Jay felt a chill. Dai, the army leader who didn't like humans, was missing. That was not good. Keep looking, Jay told Sook. We need everyone here for this meeting. As Sook left, Jay saw a small ship coming towards them. It was from the big human ship. The humans were almost here. Meanwhile, on the human ship Earth and Fury, Captain Sung and Yuna were in a small shuttle. They were flying towards the alien station. Remember, Sung said to Yuna, we're here to make friends. Be polite, but also be proud. We've earned our place here. Yuna nodded. She looked out the window at the alien ships all around them. It's amazing, isn't it? After all this time, we're finally here. Suddenly, a red light started flashing in the shuttle. A loud alarm sounded. What's happening? Yuna asked, scared. Sung looked at the controls. His face got very serious. Someone's shooting at us. Back in the council room, Jay heard a loud noise. He ran to a window and looked out. He saw the human shuttle moving strange. Small explosions were happening around it. No, Jai shouted. This isn't supposed to happen. In the shuttle, Sung was trying to avoid the shots. He was a good pilot, but it was hard. Yuna, he said, call the Earth and Fury. Tell them what's happening. Yuna quickly sent a message to their big ship. Then she looked at Sung. What do we do? Should we shoot back? Sung shook his head. No. We came in peace, and we'll stay peaceful, even if it's hard. The shuttle shook as something hit it, but Sung kept flying towards the alien station. In the council room, everyone was panicking. Aliens were running around, shouting. The humans are attacking. Someone yelled. No, look, said Ta, the small furry alien. The humans aren't shooting back. Someone else is attacking them. Jay realized Ta was right. The humans were just trying to land safely. But who was shooting at them? Just then, Sook ran into the room. She looked very worried. Jai, she shouted. I found out where Dai is. He's on a small ship, and he's the one shooting at the humans. Jay felt angry and sad. Dai was trying to start a war. He had to stop this. Jay ran to a computer and sent a message to all ships. This is Counselor Jay. Stop all attacks immediately. The humans are our invited guests. Anyone who keeps shooting will be punished. In space, the shooting slowly stopped. Sung's shuttle was damaged, but still flying. We're almost there, Sung said to Yuna. Let's hope the aliens can explain what happened. As the human shuttle got closer, Jay turned to the other aliens. Listen, everyone. Something bad almost happened here. But the humans didn't fight back. They still came in peace. We need to welcome them and say sorry. The other aliens nodded. They realized the humans had been very patient and kind. Finally, the shuttle landed. The door opened slowly. Everyone held their breath. Captain Sun walked out, with Yuna behind him. They looked around at all the aliens staring at them. Jay stepped forward. He held out all four of his arms in a friendly way. Captain Sung, Jay said, I'm so sorry for what happened. Please believe me, we did not want this. Can we start over? Sung looked at Ja for a long moment. Then he smiled and held out his hand. Of course, Sung said, we didn't come all this way to give up now. As Sung and Jai shook hands, everyone in the room relaxed a little. The first meeting of humans and aliens hadn't gone as planned. But maybe, just maybe, they could still become friends. But Jay knew they had a lot to talk about. Who would stop Da from causing more trouble? And would the humans trust them after this attack? The future was still very unsure. After this scary attack, things calmed down in the big alien room. Captain Sung and Yuna stood with the aliens. Everyone was quiet, not sure what to say. Jay stepped forward. He looked at the humans with all four of his eyes. Captain Sung, Jay said, we are very sorry for what happened. To make it right, we want to learn more about humans. Will you agree to some tests? Sung looked surprised. Tests? What kind of tests? Suk, the smart alien with tentacles, explained. We want to see how humans think and act. It will help us understand you better. Sung thought for a moment. He looked at Yuma, who nodded. Okay, Sung said. We'll do your tests. But we have one rule. No one gets hurt. The aliens agreed. They were happy the humans wanted to cooperate. The first test was about thinking. Suk showed Sung and Yuna a big puzzle. It had many strange shapes that needed to fit together. Many aliens take days to solve this. Suk said, let's see how you do. Sung and Yuna looked at the puzzle. They talked quietly, pointing at different pieces. Then they started to move the shapes around. The aliens watched, amazed. In just 2 hours, the humans solved the puzzle. Incredible. Suk said, you humans are very smart. The next test was about feelings. Tai, the small furry alien, brought out a plant. It looked sad and droopy. This plant is dying, Ta said. Can you help it? Yuma stepped forward. She looked closely at the plant. Then she asked for some water and a sunny spot. Yuma spoke softly to the plant as she cared for it. It's okay, little one. You'll feel better soon. To everyone's surprise, the plant started to perk up. Its leaves turned towards Yuma as if it liked her. Amazing. Ta said, you have a kind heart. The last test was the hardest. Quan, the big rocky alien, brought out a box with a button. This button will give you anything you want, Quan said. But if you push it, it will destroy a faraway planet. What do you do? Sung and Yuna looked at each other. This was a tricky question. We don't push the button, Sung said firmly. But you could have anything, Quan said. Why not? Yuna spoke up. Because one planet, even far away, is worth more than anything we could want. The aliens all looked at each other. They were impressed by the humans' answer. As the tests ended, Jay felt happy. The humans had done well. They were smart, kind, and had good values. But suddenly, there was a loud noise. Everyone turned to see Da burst into the room. He looked angry. Don't trust them, Da shouted. It's all a trick. Jay stepped between Da and the humans. Da, stop this. You've done enough harm. But Dad wouldn't listen. He pulled out a weapon and pointed it at Sung. Everything happened very fast. Yuna jumped in front of Sung to protect him. Jay and Suk moved to stop Da. Then Sung did something surprising. He walked slowly towards Da, his hands up to show he had no weapons. Da, Sung said calmly, I understand you're scared. New things can be scary, but we really do come as friends. Please, let's talk about this. Da's hand shook. He looked confused. But you're so powerful. You must want to conquer us. Sung shook his head. No, Da. We want to learn from you, trade with you, explore the galaxy with you. We're not here to fight. Slowly, Da lowered his weapon. He looked tired and sad. I'm sorry, Da said quietly. I was wrong. As Jay took Da away, the other aliens looked at Sung with new respect. He had faced danger with kindness and wisdom. Suk came up to Sung and Yuna. I think, she said, that was the greatest test of all. And you passed it wonderfully. Sung smiled. We're not perfect, he said, but we always try our best to do what's right. As the day ended, Jay felt hopeful. The humans had shown they were smart, kind, and brave. Maybe, he thought, this was the start of a great new friendship for the galaxy. The next day, the Galactic Council met again. This time, Captain Sung and Yuna sat with them. The room was quiet. Everyone knew this was a big moment. Jay stood up. He looked at all the aliens and then at the humans. "Friends," Jay said, "we have a big decision to make. Should we welcome humans into our galactic community?" The room was silent for a moment. Then Sook raised one of her tentacles. "I say yes," Sook said. "The humans are smart and kind. They solved our hardest puzzle faster than anyone." Ta nodded his furry head. "And they have big hearts. They cared for a plant they just met. Imagine what they could do for sick aliens." Even Quan, who was scared of humans before, spoke up. "They are wise too. They didn't push the button, even though they could have had anything." One by one, aliens started to agree. Humans seemed like good friends to have. But not everyone was sure. Some aliens still looked worried. "What if they become too powerful?" one asked. "What if they take over?" Sung stood up. He looked at all the aliens. "We understand your worries," Sung said. "Humans aren't perfect. We make mistakes. But we always try to learn and do better." Yuna stepped forward. "We don't want to rule the galaxy. We want to explore it, to learn from all of you. We have much to offer, but also much to learn." The aliens listened carefully. Many nodded. The humans' words made sense. Then, surprisingly, Dai stood up. Everyone got quiet. What would the angry aliens say now? I was wrong about humans," Dai said softly. "I was scared, so I did bad things. But Captain Sung showed me kindness when I didn't deserve it. If humans can forgive an enemy, they must be good friends." The room was silent. Dai's words were powerful. If he could change his mind, maybe everyone could. Ja looked around the room. He saw hope in many eyes. "It's time to vote," Jay said. "Who thinks we should welcome humans into our community?" Slowly, hands and tentacles and claws went up. More and more, until almost everyone had voted yes. Jay smiled wide. "It's decided," he said. "Humans are now part of our galactic family." The room erupted in cheers. Aliens hugged each other and the humans. It was a happy moment. Sung shook hands with Ja, all four of them. "Thank you," Sung said. "We promise to be good neighbors." Jay nodded. "And we promise to help you learn about the galaxy. There's so much to see." As the excitement calmed down, Sook came up with an idea. "Ja," she said, "humans will need help understanding our ways. Why don't you be their teacher?" Ja looked surprised. "Me? But I'm not the smartest or the strongest." Yuna smiled at Ja. "But you are wise and fair. You gave us a chance when others wouldn't. We trust you." Jay felt proud. He stood up straight. "I would be honored to help humans learn about the galaxy." And so, a new era began. Humans joined the galactic community. There was much to do. The Earthen Fury became a symbol of friendship. It visited many planets, bringing human ideas and learning alien ones. Jay traveled with the humans often. He taught them about alien cultures and helped solve misunderstandings. Sung and Yuna became heroes to both humans and aliens. They showed that being kind and brave could change the galaxy. Even Day found a new purpose. He worked to bring together aliens who were afraid of each other, just like he used to be afraid of humans. Of course, not everything was perfect. There were still problems to solve and lessons to learn. But humans and aliens faced these challenges together. As the years passed, the galaxy became a brighter place. New friendships were made. New discoveries happened every day. And it all started because humans and aliens chose to trust each other and work together. The story of the human battleship that scared the Galactic Council became a famous tale. It taught everyone that first impressions can be wrong, and that kindness and understanding can change the universe. And so, the great adventure of humans in the galaxy had only just begun.